So hello guys, this is Farham Mubin and we on this stage we're gonna be learning the Autodesk Revit, the BIM software, the building information modeling software. And at this stage, and we will be covering how we can actually create the 3D in our Revit, and we'll see how actually it works and why it has become the most popular software in creating the modeling for architectural purposes. So first of all, let's have a view what Revit developers has to say. So let's hear from them. So just like I said, Revit is not only used for the architectural purposes, like they say, it has amazing capabilities. Like people use it for the, we have not only Revit architecture, but we have so many categories for our Revit, like Revit architecture and Revit for MEP, mechanical electrical plumbing, and Revit for structural purposes also, like you see. So we, so the most like the common thing about the Revit when we compare it with the other software is that it can easily create any 3D model within a minutes. But the only thing that it has some sort of like a complicated way of creating structures, and the structures which are built in the Revit is much more in detail, guys, which are much more in detail when we compare them with the other softwares such as SketchUp or whether it may be 3ds Max. But it helps to create detail model in a much easier way so that we can easily create them. So not only it is a Revit is used by the students, but it is highly preferable for the architects also, and architects mostly recommend this software to get yourself learn. So like you can see easily, like you can start it from the conceptual stage, and this is important, guys. Like here we have a plan over here on this side. So if I updated something in this plan, so that will automatically update it in this elevation. If I have done something change, if I have done some modification over this exterior wall, so exterior glazed wall, so it will automatically get updated on this elevation and this 3D view. And if this interior view of this one, it will get updated over here also. So this is a very uh, highly useful thing which we can do, because like at the same time, like you can see the difference between, like if you have done something more, if you have done some modifications in your plan, you can actually see is that modifications in your 3D and elevation state also. And it is like similar to that 3ds max also. Like we have also three in four windows in our 3ds max. If we update something in the plan, that will automatically get updated in the others also. So this is how our plan looks like. So basically 3ds max, when we compare the Revit to the other software, it has a huge advantage that you can just create your planning also. Like if we have done something plan in our AutoCAD, so we can just create that plan or building in our Revit, and we can just create this working drawing in the Revit, and 3D view and sections, elevations, sheet composition, each and everything. You will get complete. You will get your complete works in the Revit only. You don't have to go for like preparing 2D drawings for AutoCAD, 3D for one software, 3D. It is a only software that like provides all the drawings at one stage. So let's get started for the Revit today. So this is like highly preferable softwares so that we can use for our architectural drawings. So let's get started for today. So this is how Revit screen looks like when you open your screen. So we have pretty much options over here, like open, new, like always all softwares provides us this options, like to open the existing project, to create the new. It has provided us the new construction template, architectural template, structural template, mechanical template. So basically construction template will be used by the engineers to create some sort of like the pre-stressed structures, or to calculate the forces which are coming onto the structures. So they'll use this construction template for that. Architectural template, we guys, like the architectural guys, will use the architectural template to create the architectural renderings. And only thing, guys, the Revit has a setback. So everything has its own setbacks or drawbacks, you can call it. Nothing, no one software is all perfect in its position, but you can say it as Revit has more advantage just when we compare, and when we compare it to the other softwares. So it has a one drawback, like i I don't know whether others consider as a drawback, but I personally consider as a drawback, that it has provided us so many things in it, but it fails to provide us the realistic renderings. But that is not the only case that you will categorize the softwares. It has like provided us so many drawings, like it provides us the platform to create through 2D elevation sections, everything 3D, but it doesn't provide us the realistic rendering. But it provides us the rendering option also. We can do the rendering in Revit also, but it will just look like the basic render. But you can always export your model to the from your Revit to the Lumion. Like in the previous session, in the last session, we have learn how we can actually create the rendering in our Lumion. So you can just export your model from the Revit to the Lumion, and you can do the rendering part in the other render engines also. So mechanical structural template will use by the structural engineers, mechanical will be used by the mechanical engineers. So here we have family. In this we have open new conceptual mask Autodesk SIG. So what is family and what is projects? So the difference between the projects and the families are, projects is basically the complete construction project or complete construction drawing which you have, like the project which if we have imported some plan and we are working on that complete thing, so this will be the complete thing on which we will work in our Revit. And the families basically includes the furnitures, fixtures, each and every 3D element, you can say it as, and 2D elements also. So we used to say the in our simple languages blocks in our AutoCAD, like we import the blocks like the furniture blocks in our AutoCAD plans to import them in our plans to have have an architectural view to our floor plans. So that's the main difference, like the families. So Revit has its own family, like it provides us the furnitures, but we can also download any furniture from the Google also. So like we can create them also by going into the new. So it provides us some sort of like projects, like if you see, we'll see these sample projects for now. So just click onto that project and it will get opened automatically. So let's close this thing. So here guys, so this is basically the sample project which Revit provides us, like, and if you see, it has a like bird view for this thing, and this is the sheet panel. If you see, this sheet panels comes with the Revit also. We'll see that thing also in our, at the end of our Revit course, how we can actually create the sheets in our Revit also. So here it has been provided with like the render views. So this basically has been rendered in Revit. So I am not saying that it doesn't provide the rendering, but it provides the renders which are on the basic level. So it doesn't provide us the high quality renders as when we compare it with the Lumion or V-Ray, but you can always use the V-Ray in your Revit also. So to create the highly realistic renderings. So basically this is a good rendered view in Revit. So it depends on your practice and how you achieve the perfection in your Revit. So like if you see, the sunlight is coming onto this house, but still the sky isn't that much brighter. So when we see some sort of renders like this, when we are getting some sort of sunlight from any part or from any direction, so sunlight means that you have a brighter sky. So it like you can clearly see the difference. The sunlight is falling on this house, but the sky is isn't that much bright, so it's not matching the situation around it. So you can always like recognize. So this is the perfect one actually. So it has like perfect light of sensing in it. So anyways, so for now let's get closed. So for now I will just exit the Revit and I'll just again reopen it. So let me show you the screen. So here we have. So we'll be learning the Revit in our 2017 Revit version, and not much difference, guys. Like it has like in 2021 Revit also. you have the same sort in 2020 also, you have the same sort of like tool panels and everything. You'll just get some more additional furnitures, and you will get some sort of like additional tools that will help you in creating the more frequent way. So when you get when you open the Revit, you have this window, and so if you have done something in your Revit earlier, so you can just open that file from here. And if you are new to this, so you'll just click on this new. So we'll be clicking on new. So when you click on this new, it will ask you about whether it is a construction template or architectural. So we'll click on the architectural template, and actually we can browse the template also from here. So it has like so many templates. So whether it's a project or project template, so we'll be creating our new project. So we'll just click on to the OK. So this is how it looks like when you open your Revit for the first time. And this is the first class, so uh, I'll just introduce you to the all the tools and the modify panels what we have today. So here we have like the tool panel which you will get in AutoCAD also. So in the architecture tabs, you have modify. So currently we are switched on to the modify, and we have walls, doors, windows, component, column, roof, ceiling, floor. So basically walls, you have architectural, structural, wall by face. We'll see one by one each other. And doors, actually you can create, you can just place the doors from its Revit library also from this tool. And window, you can add window directly to your walls. Component, basically you can create any sort of 3D thing with the help of this component. Column, you can actually create the column with this one. And roofs, so you can create the roofs like roof by footprint. Roof, like you can see roof by footprint is like roof created by the lines. Roof by extrusion, roof by face. So you can just click onto the outer lines of any object or any house to create the roof. And roof soffit, which is basically the semicircular pipes which runs uh, along the edges of our roofs to drain out the rainwater. And roof fascia, basically roof fascia is the similar thing, but it prevents the water penetration to the inner surface of our roof. So roof gutter is basically the similar one to the roof soffit. Like it also channelize the rainwater. And the ceiling, you can actually create the ceiling. Floor, curtain system, you can actually create the curtain wall from this. Curtain grid, you can create the curtain grid. So basically these three tools will use these three, not only the single one to create the curtain or the glass partition. We'll use these three to create customized glass partition, or else we have our own we have our own glazed partitions in our Revit also. We'll see that later. So model text, like you can add 3D text. Model line, so if I click on to the model line, I can actually, like if you see, create any sort of lines with this one. So if you see, we have like pretty much control modeling with this one. So we don't have that much. Like if I want to, I'll delete them first. So if I switch my line from this point to this point, and this, so it's actually showing me all the dimensions at the time of the placement only. So this thing you won't get in your any other softwares. So first thing, guys, when you open the Revit, first of all, what we does always like we'll just hit the units. So UN, not enter. We don't use any sort of enter in our Revit. We'll just type in UN on our keyboard. So units tab will get opened. So we have a length. So if you click onto this length, here you have units. So we'll set this to meters maybe, or fractals, whatever units we want, we can just set them. And area, you can actually change the area units also, volume, slope, like in each and every tab you have so many things and so many detail parameters. So when you compare it with the other softwares, so in the architecture tabs, like you have these many uh, tools and structures like beam, like the elements which provides the structural strength, the model basically can be created from this, like isolated walls. In systems basically used for the MEP purpose, guys. So we are not going to be covering this thing because we are learning Revit for architecture, not the Revit for MEP. So this is the complete different thing, but I'll just show you that you can just create any sort of MEP work with this thing, like the pipe. You can use it to create the plumbing connections with this. Insert, guys. Insert. So whenever we import something or some plan from our AutoCAD, we'll use this insert and we'll just import CAD. We'll use import CAD, not the link CAD or not the like Revit or not link CAD. Link means if you, what's the difference between the link CAD and the import CAD means when we link our CAD file to our Revit. So if at the time only, if we have changed something in our AutoCAD, it will get updated in our Revit also. So like it's basically like you are linking your two softwares to each other, and you are actually working them working on both of them at a time, so that you get your work completed in a very shortest possible time. So annotations, guys, like I align annotations. Annotate is basically this tab is used to create the annotations in our drawings. So align means basically it's like not showing me anything, because what it does is basically this is dimension align, guys. What you can just take it as DAL enter in AutoCAD. So dimension align means you can give the dimensions to your walls in an aligned way, and this is a linear way. And D, guys, remember the shortcuts. So you can just click onto, like if I am switched here, I'll just type in DI, so that I will just get switched to the dimension align. So remember the shortcuts to work in a most faster way. So this is align, basically the linear dimension, linear, angular dimension, radial, diameter, arc length, and spot elevations, that you will get this sort of marking symbol when you will get, when you will set the levels onto your elevation. So analyze, so it has so many like options, guys, so you don't have to worry about all of them. We'll get use so we'll get the tools what we are useful for our modeling. So if suppose like from manage, we'll use this materials tab to apply materials from the Revit. We don't use any other tools. So we'll use what's important for us. And massing and site, guys, like you can actually create the topographic, or you can place the trees from this tab. So anyways, so first thing what you have to do, you have to set the units by pressing UN on your keyboard, not enter, just UN, and you will get this thing open, and you'll have to just set the units. So here if you see, so here you have two tabs on left side. So first tab will show you the properties of anything, whatever you have created or imported in your Revit. So it will show you the properties of that thing, and in the second tab it will show you the views and what are the ways of like actually visualizing that thing. So if you have imported plan from your AutoCAD, so you have like floor plans option, you can see that plan from the top view. And the ceiling plans, obviously you don't get get your plan visible at the ceiling plan. If you have created some sort of ceiling design in your Revit, you will, that design will be visible from this. Basically ceiling plan is basically the plan which you will get so which you will see from inside of your room. So and elevations, like you have north, east, north, south, west. So like this, and the legends schedule will see this sheet, basically important guys sheets. So we'll see that thing at the end. So elevations we have like east, north, south, west. So anyways, so first thing, first decide yourself what you are going to import in the Revit. What is that thing? Whether it is a multi-storied building, or whether it is a G+1 duplex, or whether it is a commercial which will be around G+2. So first of all, you have to decide what is that thing, how many floors it has. So it doesn't mean that you can change the floors later, but you have to you first we have to decide whether uh, what we are importing, how many floors it has, so what sort of structure it is. So basically we will be working on G+5 apartment, so that we will get understand the modeling better. So we'll see how we can do that. So first thing guys, first thing to set the units. Second one, whether you can go onto any like north, south, east, but south, if you click onto this south, let's just delete this pipe. So you can go to any level like east, north. Basically this is the elevation guys, north, south, east, west. So we'll go to the north and we'll set the units, and like this is level 1 0, level 2 4. So if I want this to be my plinth level, so I'll just set this thing over here, and you can actually unlock this thing, and you can just drag this one over here also. And you can here you have, if you see, you have like continuation symbol, you can just click that thing to have a difference between these two. So level 1 0, level 2 is 0.6. So like we here it is mentioning as 0, here it has 1 value. So why we are not getting our decimal value means in the units tab we have to set the decimal place, like the decimal place 0, decimal places like this, like 2, custom, like okay. So now if you see 0.6 level has been added. So guys, how we can actually add the levels to our this floor. So basically this is the ground floor, ground level, and this is the plinth level what we have when we provide. So here you have the architecture tabs levels. So if you click onto the level, if you see the blue marker has been visible now. So here actually you can just click on, like, if I want to provide the 3.3 length, sorry, height to my floor, I'll just click onto that thing and I'll just drag this thing over here like this. And actually I can just drag this thing over here, so that so this is how, like, you can actually create the levels by levels. And you can just do one more thing also, like you can just copy your things, like, so whenever, like, if I click onto this thing, so modify and levels tab will get opened. So here actually I can we have so many tools like cut, join, and like copy. Like, if you see, copy, move, rotation, offset, align. So if I click onto the copy, it will ask me about the element. So I'll click onto this thing and I'll just give its dimensions like this. And actually now I can just copy this level to this thing like this. And like here you have constant and multiple. If I check onto the multiple, I can just and one more thing I can do, just I'll just I can just copy the multiples, or else, like, we can just copy this thing, or else we can do is, like, two floors has been added. Like, this is the ground floor, first floor, more three we have to add. So we can just copy, or we can just place the level by one. And the most easier way what we can do is, we can just take the offset, and here you have offset, and you can just give the dimensions to this one offset. And if I now why it's not taking, actually it's why, let's just check this one. So we can use the offset option also, but why it's not working, I don't know. So let's just copy this thing till here and till 3.3, guys. So 3.3 and again 3.3. So basically ground floor, first, second, third, fourth, and one more fifth one. So if I have like clicked by mistake on some time, so I can just click onto this thing and I can just change the dimensions over here. So this is like a pretty much powerful thing what you have in your Revit. So this is how, like, actually we can create the levels in our Revit. So you have to decide what you are importing in your Revit first, like how many floors it has and how many levels you want in your Revit. So this is how we can actually, and we can do the modeling on different levels also to create them together in your Revit. So we'll be importing the plan and we'll get started with the walls, and we'll see how we can actually create the walls and basement in our Revit in the next class. and we'll see the different ways of creating the walls in our Revit. So thank you guys for joining us today. So don't miss out this amazing opportunity, and you can have the lifetime access to these videos also. And don't miss out the Revit classes, guys. This is a once in a while opportunity that you have. So you will get lot of information, and you will get yourself learn about the Revit for architectural purposes from this live classes. So thank you guys for joining us. So we'll dismiss our today's class. Someone has asked, like, in the chat, what is it, dynamo? I didn't get you, bro. Dynamo, whether you are asking.